Hi, I'm Chase.
And I'm Noah.
And we're back with a new video for programming. Today I'd like to talk about flow control. Flow control is a pretty interesting set of blocks because it helps you with your program quite a bit. If you want something to wait for a condition, you can use things like the wait block. And then if you use the loop block, it'll do something until it hits a condition. These blocks are very good for being able to have it stop until it senses a certain color, or you can have it keep running until it runs into a color. So you can do some very fun things with them. You can also use the switch block, which is like the loop block kind of, but it makes it a little bit easier in some cases. So like if you wanted it to run the motors until it ran into something, right? You would have a motor block down here. And then up here, you would have it stop the motors and when it touched something with a touch sensor. But for now, I'd like to focus on the loop block. The loop block is pretty fun, right? So I'm going to put a motor block in here and out here so that I want the robot to go forward and touch something with the touch sensor, and then I want it to stop and back off. Now, for the robot we're going to be using today, I have taken off the medium motor attachment, and I've put the touch sensor one on. The instructions for this will be down below. Then, for this program, I'm going to have it turn on the motors, and then I'm going to select the touch sensor, and then I'm going to set it to state. After that, you want it to be pressed. There's different states. One is when you release the touch sensor. The second one here is for when you pressed it, but haven't released. And then this third one is for bumped, which means you press and release it. Make sure you've set it to the right port as well. Then after that, set the motors for off. And then the last one here, we want it to go backwards. So I'll set it to -1, so it'll take a rotation back when it's run into something. And then I save it, and then I download it to the robot, and Noah will show you what that does.
Okay, so we're going to move over to the folder area, and then we're going to go to our program. And in this case, it's called flow control. So we're going to go down to it, and then we're just going to push the center button, and it's going to run until it hits my hand, and then it'll go backwards.
Alright, so now that we are able to use the loop, we want to be able to do something else. So I'm going to use the wait block this time. The wait block is pretty interesting because it allows your robot to wait until it does something. So, unlike the loop block, right? Because it'll continuously do something until it encounters an action. The wait block, you can wait for a certain amount of time. So let's add a move tank block on either one of these, right? And we'll have it wait for 3 seconds. And it'll go 1 rotation forward, and then it'll stop for 3 seconds. And then it will go another rotation forward. So let's go see what that does.
Okay, so now we're going to demonstrate the wait block. So we're going to come over here, and we're going to go to our program, and we're just going to run it. And as you can see now, it's using that wait block to just wait here, and then it goes forward.
Alright, so now you know what the wait block does. These are some new blocks that will help you do some more advanced things than just move your robot around, which is pretty cool, and I think it's a lot of fun. One really important point I cannot stress enough is one of the most important tools in the programming software is going to be this comment block right here. Comments are really, really important. And you're gonna wanna put it over blocks, right? And it'll say, move forward a little, right? It doesn't have to be particularly detailed. And then, you're gonna want to put them over every block, right? Because, or at least a group of blocks. Because if it's maybe a my block or something, or a group of blocks that does one action. You might want to just put it over all of them, and then, and then these comment blocks are very important because the judges, if you're doing FLL, the judges will really look for comment blocks. And if you don't have them, you'll get some serious points taken off. And also, it just helps to keep track of what everything does. So if you're tweaking different things for your different runs, or you want your robot to move more precisely in a certain area, it really helps to have comment blocks to tell you exactly what to do. So, comments are pretty easy. You just click this button right here, brings it up, and you can drag it around, you can resize it. If you're really picky, you can make them all line up with each other, and they're really helpful. Well, that's been our video for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.